Hello, and welcome back to the Kerbal Space program. My name is Dadman, but you already know that, and we are about to arrive at Duna with our two missions. So there's the first one coming in. Other one has its encounter over there somewhere. That's still 14 days away. This periapsis is... Don't tell me. That's 1 day away. Okay, good. I saw a 1 and a 4 and I didn't see that there was a D between them. Close. So... Time warp into the sphere of influence. At the periapsis. Slow down until we are in a sufficient orbit. Actually, just to know where, if I set this as a target, you're directly across. You're and not exactly where I want you to be, but that's fine. You're pretty much exactly directly across from each other, so that's good. Yeah, we'll take that. So that's the burn, yeah. I just hope that my connection stays. Well, yeah, it should. I'm on the right side for that to stay. And boom. One minute before burn. Yeah, that's pretty much exactly where we need to be. Okay. Since it doesn't really matter, though, on the thing, I'm just gonna see. And I'm gonna see you after the burn, because this is way too loud again. Hi, Duna, by the way. And X. And then just line that up pretty much right on that. Kill that. And then we are going to... we're going to correct this inclination. So descending node, so we need to ascend. Can the alarm clock go out of the way for a moment? Oops. Pretty much exactly, right? Yeah, pretty much exactly. Just a little bit too low. Tiny little bit. But we can, like, I don't know, add a little bit of, like this. No, this. And make this pretty much exactly that. Yeah. Wait. There. That's that. Yeah, and then we just slow down. Good. That's also coming up before the other ship arrives, so we are in no hurry yet. Do a tiny little burn here. What the fuck are you do? No, you're not. Why was that still set to... Yeah, close the alarm. It's fine. Seriously. It's pretty much spot on. Yeah, that's spot on. And right here, we make this exactly go to the other side. Also line up a bit better. So this is always going to be the best, like the closest you're gonna come, since you're pretty much exactly on the same orbit. Good. Let's do that. Let's deploy the first satellite, and then we'll see what we'll do about the rest. Like, we basically need one to be before and one after this one. Close the alarm. Almost perfect. There we go. Perfect. Almost. Now we're perfect. Because now we have the same periapse and apoapse basically. Well, we have the periapse and apoapse on the ascending and descending node. Which is hardly existent. We have this always staying in the same location. We are basically vice versa from the moon, so the moon being Ike. And we are going to deploy our first satellite, which is going to be this one. F5 in case of stupidity. And then can you like aim the camera here for a moment, because I can't see the decoupler. Decouple, switch over, switch over, and 2. And for a lack of better orientation, we're going to look at Duna. because heck it, basically. So this is going to be fine, because this should be named correctly, right? Right? Rename? Yeah. So this is Duna Relay 2. As I said, we're going to fix the orbit to be exactly that of Ike in just a second. But before that, we're gonna continue deploying these, and I'm not going to show you all of that since you just saw this one and you already saw the other relays, so just the decouplings. Okay. Good. That means we have these in orbit, which also means that I'm going to F5 for safety, and then I'm going to set these up to be exactly where we want them to be by saying Ike orbits information. Orbit information. I thought we had orbit information for this thing. Like, info. Huh. I honestly thought we had like an orbital information thing for the exact coordinates of these, but if not, then I can at least look that up. So I'll be right back. There we go. Orbital characteristics of Ike, the moon of Duna. So we can just take the Duna relay that we are currently focused on still, yeah, and make it have the same characteristics, because Alt F12. I set Alt F12. What's that? What's that? What are those errors? I don't want to know, actually. Cheats set orbit. Okay. Around Ike, semi-major axis of 320000. Eccentricity of 0.03, inclination of 0.2 degrees. So that's just, yeah, that I'm an idiot. Okay, good. So that's basically how much has the orbit has how much of the orbit has passed since the last periapsis, correct? Okay. So that's not a frickin' stationary value anyway. So we can just leave that at 0 and see where that puts us. OBT. Nobody has... Okay, apparently the guy who has written the Steam community thing for that does not have any information what this value is. Good. No obvious results on changing anything on that. Good. LAN, longitude of ascending node. Yeah, 0 is fine. Because longitude of ascending node on Ike is 0. And LPE is longitude of periapsis. And on Ike, the longitude of the periapsis is not given. I'm just going to assume it's fine if I leave that at 0. And then I'll just use these values and set orbit. And that put me literally around Ike. Why? Because I said Ike. Duna. That's too close, so I'm gonna go ahead and say like M&A is measured in radians. So if I put this to 1 and set orbit, I'm past you. If I set it to 2, I'm here. That's fine. I'm fine with that. That's like a quarter ahead of you. Good. So just this orbit. Can I have like a freaking save of this? That's the deployer. I'd like to go to Duna Relay 2. Can I have that saved, the values? Thank you. Okay, so if that where this is to this is 2 radians, so M&A of 4 should set me directly across. Basically. Almost. That's fine. And Duna Relay 3, switch to... If I put that to like 6, that should be fine, right? That's too much. That's too much. Let's go with 5. Yeah, that's better. That's almost across from this. And this one, switch to that again. I'm gonna go with like 3. Map view, thank you. Gonna try that with 3 set. 3.5 set. 3.7 set. That's fine. So that's 1, that's 2, that's 3, and the rest goes around Ike. And these are exactly on Ike's orbit and should not change their orbit by themselves. Switch to that. And close the cheat menu for now. Duna was pretty purple there for a moment. Alt F12. So these should not change their orbit at all. They should stay here, here, here. Which is fine. Now we want an encounter with Ike, which means I'm gonna go ahead and like here. Slow down. Actually, speeding up should make this, yeah. Should make me encounter Ike. Focus view. That's almost a perfect encounter. I really don't care in which direction these orbit, so this direction is fine, I guess. Also, that's pretty high on the orbit already. I'm fine with that. I am absolutely fine with that. You see how close we are to Ike's orbit, though, by just looking at how little we need to stop around it. Okay. So time accelerate until we're there. These few seconds really don't matter. Okay. Close that. Here at periapsis around Ike, we want to slow down until we are into a... Yeah, that's pretty... 507, 40... Nah. .473, 484. Yeah, I'm just gonna take something around Ike. That should be fine, right? Like if I go... There should be like a orbit thing for Ike here. Like if I want a 500 kilometer orbit, roughly, that's a semi-major axis of 630,000. So if I go 600,000, that should be more close to what I'm currently at. So we just go for this orbit, then we first probably do the encounter for the FRDLFU, and then we are looking for anything else. Okay. Go. Back to this. Because it's only 2 days until we're in here, and that is like still a few hours away, and then it takes a few days to deploy these, since we're always gonna need to go around in circles a lot. So let's just do this first, and then do the encounter, and then do the deploying. Yeah, we have a alert for that, so that's fine. Okay, yeah, a minute's really not gonna make much of a difference at this height above Ike, because we're basically not going to move in that minute, so that's 471 by 485. I'm fine with that for an approximation. Now, obviously, these are on the same orbit as Ike now, and Ike itself, with its 4 satellites, will form the 4th of the relay satellites around Duna. I like that concept a lot. Like that's actually pretty damn nice. I love this concept. Okay, so as I said though, we are first going to do the encounter for our actual lander, since we now have something orbiting around Ike, and it should be fine for now. And we definitely would take longer than like a day and 5 hours to deploy all of the things. In fact, oh look, there's already connection. In fact, we are going to warp inside the sphere of influence. We have actual good connection now already. And we are about to go in. And just 365 days, so real life year, not Kerbin year. From now, we have our window home, which is also pretty nice. We should be able to do the entire mission before then, easily. Okay, we are officially in Duna's sphere of influence, which means we are going to take some readings from up here. Observe the materials bay. Keep. Observe the mystery goo. Keep. We also have Prasmet barometer, which we already sent home from here, so we can keep that away. Temperature, we also said we sent home from here. Okay, so that's fine. Which means we can do a crew report, which we also already sent home from here. And I think we also did an EVA, but since you also need to go out anyway, F5 in case of stupidity and EVA. Let go, RCS on. Down. Up. You take this and restore. You collect this and restore. And you take an EVA report, which you already had. Good. Now we are going down to F for grab, B to board. Now we're going down to low orbit, and we are going to enter orbit around Duna. At periapsis, we are going to slow down quite a lot. In fact, I think... Oops, that's into the atmosphere. But around that... 100-kilometer orbit, something like that. $100 by 200 is fine, honestly, for now. We are aiming at that maneuver. And we have a alert, so we're going to go ahead and go in. Kerbal alarm clock is so useful. Okay, we are officially orbiting Duna in just a small little burn of a minute 8 seconds in 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Throttle up. Why are you... Why? All of a sudden. Like, you didn't do that. Go out of time warp, you idiot. Like, you didn't do that the first time. I burned, so... What's different now? Why? That makes no sense. Like... Okay, good. I like it too. Like, seriously, that makes no sense. We burned out of Sphere of Influence without any problem. We burned up until here without any problem. Now we suddenly start disengaging? For no reason? Now we suddenly start wobbling for no reason? What the fuck? What happened? Like, how does this suddenly become Gummy City? I'm going to F5. I'm going to F9. And I'm going to assume that this loads in correctly now, and I can actually... Why are you purple when you load in? And I can now... Nope. I can't. I absolutely cannot. Well... Yeah, no, that's not going to happen. That is definitely not going to happen. So, because this worked before, and we now officially do not work, I'm gonna go ahead and say, yeah, we officially do not work. Say, fuck you, game. Give me the thing. Duna. Duna, 100 kilometer orbit, 420k, right? Yeah. So 420,000. Wait. 420,000, yeah. That should be correct. 420,000, yeah. 100 kilometer orbit. 0, 0, 0. Set orbit. Cause I am not letting the game fuck me over with bugs. Cause this gummy thing here is definitely a bug. Cause that was not like that when we left Kerbin. Otherwise it would have wobbled at all times. Which it didn't do. You saw the burn. It was perfectly fine. I mean, unless you have somehow managed to fuck up some sort of balance here, which I have no idea how you would even. By the way, this thing does not have RCS, so I'm going to put the entire RCS from the cockpit into these. Out. Like, seriously. How does that make any sense whatsoever? Suddenly it starts wobbling around like crazy for no reason. Well, either way. We are officially in orbit, so we are officially staying here. Which means we are officially deploying these relay satellites, but since this has already been 51 minutes of recording and I'm not cutting out that much, yes, I'll see you again once I'm done deploying these and setting their orbits. So with a working relay around Ike at this height, roughly, I will see you in the next episode. Till then, leave a like if you enjoyed, subscribe for more, and until next time, I'm WWDadman. Bye.